Good evening and welcome to the December 19th, 2024 meeting of the Board of Public Works and Safety. I'll now call the meeting to order. All members are present and so is legal counsel. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from December 12th, 2024.
I haven't seen them.
You haven't seen them.
Do you email those to us?
Yeah, they're hyperlinked in the agenda that I sent you.
Okay. I would approve them, though.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the December 12th, 2024 meeting as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is claims for payment in the amount of $155,538.76.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the claims for payment as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is a handicap sign renewal for 420 Lincoln Street.
I move to approve the handicap renewal at 420 Lincoln Street.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the handicap renewal for 420 Lincoln Street. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda are contracts. First on the docket is revised contract number 192-2024 for Guide Studio. Presenting on this will be Lindsay Darnell, Community Development Coordinator.
Thank you. The Mayor's Office is requesting to revise the contract for professional services for the RFP Envision Our Brand to correct the address of Guide Studio.
Can you go into a little bit more detail what this covers, please?
Yes, so the current address that we had on there was 13110 Shaker Square, Suite 101, Cleveland, Ohio, 44120. They have moved, and their new address is 34194 Aurora Road, Suite 160, Salone, Ohio, 44139.
I guess more importantly, what does Guide Studio do for the city, just for those watching out there?
Oh, for Envision Our Brand, it is branding the city of Richmond. So a new brand, logo, tagline, a brand guide for how our font will be on our business cards, memos, letterheads, and website development.
Thank you for that. No further questions?
Move for approval.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the revised contract number 192-2024 to Guide Studio. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is contract number 198-2024 to CGI Communications Incorporated, doing business as CTI Digital. Presenting on this will be Kenyatta Cox. She not? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. Scratch that. It'll be Lindsay Darnell again.
Hello. So the City of Richmond is initiating a video tour update project, which will feature a new video tour of the city and an updated script narrated by our current mayor, Ron Oler. This video will be prominently displayed on the homepage of the City of Richmond's website. After careful consideration, CGI Communications, Inc., DBA CGI Digital, has been chosen for this project due to their extensive experience. They will also be solely responsible for sponsorship fulfillment, including all aspects of marketing, production, printing, and distribution related to the project. The Mayor's Office, is requesting approval of the award of the contract for professional services for the video tour update to CGI Digital. The contract amount will not exceed $1 per the proposal provided by CGI Digital.
I did talk to Lindsay this afternoon. I had some questions on the $1. It seemed pretty good.
Yeah.
And for clarification, in In doing that, it's a 7-page contract I had her send to me, and looking at it, that you intend to go out and get folks that are running businesses in Richmond here to actually sponsor the program, so there would be no cost to the city for this. I did have a little question on clarification. Do you know what type of print material they're going to do? I can understand the video part and everything. Are they going to actually do some print products also? Some brochures or something?
They will be passing out information to the businesses for sponsorship. So,
But they said printed products
right.
in the contracts, which to me, that means a brochure or something that they're going to do.
They did not clarify that the city would have a brochure to pass out. To my understanding, it is only the video tour that we will be having to update the current video tour that is on the city's website right now.
Okay. All right, thank you.
I entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to approve contract number 198, 2024 to CGI Communications Incorporated, doing business as CTI Digital. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is contract number 213, 2024. The fire contract. Presenting will be Joe Buckler.
Hello, Joe Buckler, Lieutenant, Richmond Fire Department. I was on the negotiating team with the city. Hi, Kenyatta.
Hi. You confused me on the last one.
Oh, I'm sorry, I made a note backwards. It's my fault.
We negotiated with the city throughout the year, came to an agreement on both sides late November. The union body took a vote December 4, 5, and 6 and approved the contract that's been presented to you. And I'm here to answer any questions you may have and ask for approval on the contract.
And I'd just add to what Joe said, that I outlined for you in my memo summary of the changes that were made, in particular dealing with most of the articles. It was more or less just updated language, language standardization with regard to removing repeated words and using gender-neutral language, and just trying to ensure consistency in the terminology throughout the document. The ones that I highlighted as revised in new language, the latter ones, 11, and the last one being 33. Joe is here to answer any questions you might have about those things that changed and maybe why and things like that. And I can sit down here if I...
Thank you, Kenyatta. Do we have any questions?
Not really. I'm sure in your negotiations that you've worked on this quite hard. It seems to be that there are several changes in here which we don't really have a copy of those, but I'm sure that if everybody's in agreement, that's what we look for. So I would certainly be pleased with it at this point.
Yeah, I'm happy to see both sides working together to
Right.
bring this to
Very much so.
fruition.
Yeah.
With that, I'll entertain a motion.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve contract number 213, 2024, known as the fire contract. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is contract number 215, 2024 to Flaherty and Lyons Construction. Collins Construction.
Beth isn't here.
Yeah.
Oh, are you
Yeah.
going to do it, Lindsay?
Presenting will be Lindsay Darnell once again. It's a busy night for you.
Is. Okay, so the mayor's office is requesting approval of contract 215-2024 with Flaherty and Collins Construction in an amount not to exceed $2 million for completion of the early civil and foundation package for 601 East Main Street. This project is funded by IEDC's Regional Economic Acceleration and Development Initiative, Ready One.
Would you like to let everybody know what 601?
So that is the former Elder Beerman demolition.
Do you have any idea when they anticipate they will start the foundation work?
I do not know when they will start. I know they are finishing up the demolition. O'Rourke Construction is finishing up the demolition. Flaherty and Collins will be doing the construction of the new apartment complex.
Right, yeah. All right. It's a great project.
It is. We're excited.
We'll go the other side of it. Do we know a timeline for completion of this contract?
Of the demolition or of the construction of the apartment?
Yes, just so we're on record, so we can keep an eye on it.
I do not know the estimated time of completion at this time.
Actually, Mr. President, timeline on the construction of the building's 18 months
Yeah,
from the time it starts. That's why I was curious of how soon they were going to start the foundation. And I'm sure that'll depend on the weather, how cold it is how soon they can get in there and start.
Correct.
But 18 months, I'm anticipating 2 years.
yeah.
In
More like
case
2 years.
there's always delays, but in all the discussions we've had on that, 18 months has been their construction schedule. So looking forward to that.
Yes.
All right. No further questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'd sure move for approval.
I second.
We have a motion and a second to approve contract number 215-2024 to Flaherty and Collins Construction. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is contract number 218-2024 to Elite Clean. Presenting on this will be Kara No, Purchasing Manager.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Quote requests were sent out to 5 potential vendors for floor maintenance here at the city building. Elite Clean was the only vendor to respond. Their quote is for $1,328.70 per month for floor maintenance services and $2,400 to clean carpet in all areas of the city building once a year and spot clean as needed. Elite Clean has performed satisfactorily in the current and past contracts, so it is my recommendation to approve contract 218-2024 for floor maintenance to Elite Clean as the lowest, most responsive, and responsible bidder. This contract is good through January through December 2025, with the option to renew for 2 additional years.
I move to approve contract number 218-2024 for Elite Clean, as presented by Kara No.
Second the motion.
We have a motion and a second to approve contract number 218-2024 to Elite Clean as presented by Kara No. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is contract number 223-2024 to Flow Right Mechanical. Once again, Kara No.
On December 12th, 2024, Flow Right Mechanical was awarded the contract for general plumbing repairs and maintenance here at the city building. I am now asking for the approval of the contract 223-2024 to Flow Right Mechanical for plumbing services for the city building for 2025 with the option to renew for 2026.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve contract number 223-2024 to Flow Right Mechanical as presented by Kara No. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is contract number 1-2025 to Carroll Electric.
On December 12th, 2024 again, Carroll Electric was awarded the contract for general electrical repairs for this city building. So I am now asking for approval of the contract 1-2025 to Carroll Electric for 2025 services with an option to renew for 2026.
I move to approve contract number 1-2025 for Carroll Electric for the year of 2025, presented by Kara No.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve contract number 1-2025 to Carroll Electric as presented by Kara No. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda, we have change orders. Just for the notice out there, the following two change orders will cross-reference city contract number 138, 2023. Here to present on these change orders will be Audrey Shake, and the first one is change order number 7 to NDOT, design number 170, 2769, contract R 41309.
Thank you. Change order number 7 is a $2,743.75 reduction to the contract to incorporate revisions to the tree planting scheduled for Main Street. The revision was needed due to conflicts with the conduit and electrical components installed along Main Street, leaving insufficient room to install the larger 2 to 2.5-inch trees. It was decided to delete the 2-inch trees and install smaller 5-gallon trees, along with additional plantings to help cover the landscaping area. A contract time adjustment is not required for this change order.
I move to approve the change order in the amount of $2,743.75, presented by Audrey Shake.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve change order number 7 to NDOT, design number 1702769, contract R-41309, as presented by Audrey Shake, our grant administrator. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is change order number 8 to NDOT, design number 1702769, contract number R-41309.
Change order number 8 is a $1,992 reduction to the contract to add concrete curb and gutter on Line A along Fort Wayne Avenue and Northeast Street. This was discussed in the field and determined the city would receive a better quality product by installing curb and gutter. This change would also result in a net savings to the contract. A contract time adjustment is not required for this change order.
I have a question on this one. What did the original contract call for, that when we put curbs and gutters in, I would think it would be more expensive, so what'd they cut out?
I am honestly not sure. I'm been taking over for Greg since he left and still catching up on everything, but I can find out for sure and get back with you.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I'm just curious, when they added curbs and gutters, I thought it would be an additional cost rather than a reduction, so I was curious what they left out. So if you could get that to me, no hurry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to hold that until?
No, no.
Okay, all right. Then I'll entertain a motion.
I'd so approve for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve change order number 8 to NDOT, design number 1702769, contract number R-41309, as presented by Audrey Shake. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda are resolutions. We have resolution number 15, 2024, and speaking on this will be Kenyatta Cox, our HR director.
Yes.
Sorry I didn't say hello to you earlier.
Oh, no problem. Hello, guys. So my memo, as I explained, that this resolution is, I was before you in June, making a couple minor adjustments to the overtime, regarding the overtime rule that came into play in July with regard to the manual. So I'm back with proposed changes for recommendation regarding some recommendations that our insurance offered to us with regard to our performance management, which I updated this year, as well as just kind of formalizing what we do in terms of practices already, kind of putting that in writing with regard to our sexual molestation and abuse prevention measures for the city. That really only comes into play usually in the summertime when we have minors working for the Parks Department.
I guess I do I haven't seen what the changes are.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
My first question would be, has the law department looked at the changes? And do you agree with the changes that they're proposing to make?
So I did skim through the changes and just noticed that they seemed to be updates in line with what Kenyatta had mentioned previously. So yes, we do typically try to review these when they are brought to our attention, yes.
And my apologies, were you not able to, did you not receive the exhibits that were attached with the changes?
No, I got the memo, but was there exhibits? I don't think they had exhibits attached to it. Were they?
If you
were-
click on the memo,
I did, I clicked
No,
on the
it was-
memo. Only thing I got was this.
The resolution should have had exhibits with it.
I didn't get it, even on the one contract, I didn't get either. And she thought she'd sent the exhibits on that, that was earlier. So I don't know why, but I'll check my computer. and
I
see
can
what-
walk through if you guys want. For the performance management, the only thing that I added to, we typically maintain the employee's personnel file, like a physical file right now. We're adding to it that we're going to be tracking and managing and storing them with our HRS software that we currently have. So then our performance management, we're able to send it out through our software.
You're digitizing the process.
Yes. And I had to change it in the manual to reflect that change occurred. And then for the sexual molestation, it's kind of a repeat in my opinion. A lot of the language is very similar to our harassment and sexual harassment language. So a lot of it, that's part of what I was working on, is keeping it consistent so that it does follow those similar guidelines. And it's just a sexual abuse, misconduct prevention, talks about, kids under the age of 18 and what it gives like definitions of what things are, talks about reporting procedure with regard to it. It talks about investigation and follow-up and anti-retaliation and false allegations and legal reporting obligations that, we hold to have to report to state agencies and things like that. And then stuff that we already do, we screen workers when they start with us, and we go through a process of checking their personal and professional references, just saying that the things that we do already, just kind of putting all of that in writing, and talking more about the supervision of youth and what sort of conduct. They already do that. We already ask for our volunteers to complete forms. We run criminal background checks on them, as well as they're not allowed to be alone with minors unless it's like in a group or two people or more. So it just kind of lays out stuff that it's already being practiced, but just,
Making sure we're compliant.
yeah.
Thank you for that.
Very good.
So
I move for approval.
second.
We have a motion and a second to approve resolution number 15/2024 as presented by Kenyatta Cox. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Before we adjourn, I just want to wish everybody out there a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we are now adjourned.
You are watching Whitewater Government Television, WGTV, Channel 11, part of the Whitewater Community Television family of stations.